It's about the fact that your body knows your money story. As I say, we always work things out or we act it out. We do it through our money, our health, or relationships. And that's what led me to writing my 3 books that I've got behind me. And the first of those is The Emotion Behind Money. Because we have to remember that our emotions are energy in motion. And how do I know this? I know this because guess what? I have a lot of emotion behind money. In the household that I grew up in, I have 11 brothers and sisters. And in that process, we didn't have a lot of money. Dad always went to work. Mom was an at-home mom. And we had a Catholic school that we only had to pay for 3 kids and the rest were free. Those days are gone, aren't they? But what I'm finding is that so often, not only in my childhood, in laying the foundation for what I teach today, is that there's a lot of fear in the marketplace. A lot of fear. And the question is how do we get us past these emotions that are playing havoc with us because your body is getting anxiety, fear, frustration, anger. And then around the world these days, we have all this emotional projection going in all these different ways. So what do? When the outside world is crazy, and I think we can all agree that there's a bit of cray-cray going on out in the world. Well, this is an inside job, not an outside job. It's not about what's outside of yourself, it's about what's inside of yourself. And that's what's going to create the life that you really desire. So let me give you an example from my own life. Being raised one of 12 children, it was very interesting because when I first started setting boundaries for myself, I had a lot of fear come up. I used money as a tool to exchange for love because I'm a manifesting generator. I know how to manifest. Any of you guys out there with me that you know how to generate the income? So you're what I would call income affluent. You've generated the income, you got a good job, but there's something still missing. And it's because we're generating this income, we're paying our bills, we're good and doing great in society. And this is exactly what I did when I was in my early adult years. And what starts to happen in this process is that we start to look for external validation as opposed to what's going on in our insides. Because, again, we have 2 operating systems in our world, in our minds, actually. It's the conscious mind and our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is running the engine 97% of the time. So when I look at my childhood, where I grew up in a 3-bedroom split level with 14 people living in it, I think I had a little bit of financial scarcity and some patterns that I had to work through, right? And it's because that's how I know how to teach it. Because not only did I teach myself how to become income affluent, but I've also taught myself how to become asset affluent. And money is what makes the world go round. So that we can start the conversation of what is your emotion behind money and how to get you to sift through in a more efficient manner, not by that amazing brain of yours, but actually feeling it in your body, because your body is way smarter than your mind. And why is that? It's because your body is in alignment with your heart and your soul, and your mind is your ego. We have this belief system across the country and even around the world that if you're passionate about the work that you do in the world, you can't get paid for it. Well, that is way not the truth. We absolutely can be paid and paid very well and follow our passion. But you're not going to be able to do that in a sustainable method if you're not listening to your body. Your body is telling you what's authentically in alignment, and that's when you work it out. But you act it out when you're spending in debt, when you're spending in looking for external validation. When I was younger, I was holding these boundaries, and it was really, really sobering when I had said, okay, I'm going to spend $160 a week on my family, but the rest was going to my goals. And I even verbally said out loud to my family members going, okay, well, I've already spent my $160 this week. I'm not actually going to spend any more because I was helping siblings buy shoes and school uniforms and parts for their cars and you name it, I've done it, right? Because when you come from a family of 12, there's always somebody that needs something. And then one week, I had a family member who called me up and they said, hey, we were thinking of coming down to your place. I was super excited because I just moved to the city, my new place. It was up on the beach. They said, oh yeah, we're going to bring the kids down and everything. And then they go, and you know what? We're just hoping that you could buy the pizza because we really want to try this pizza place. And then when I had already said that I spent that $160 already, they didn't come down. Wow. That was a sad moment in my life because I started to realize that I was knee deep and thick in my pattern of exchanging money for love. Now, your pattern may not be my pattern. You might be exchanging money for other reasons, but my body was screaming at me the sadness that I felt that I didn't even get a visitor that weekend. So when I tell you I've been there and I've done that, I've been there and I've done that. And it can happen with a budget of when I was in my 20s of $160 a week to what my budget is today. We have the same patterns. I don't care what your income is. I don't care what your asset level is. As human beings, we still have similar patterns of our emotion behind money. Do you want to experience free coaching based on my 25 plus years as being a financial planner and ask me any question that you want to ask me to help you get past that hurdle in your financial world? I run these free workshops every other month to start to open you up to start to help you get to this next place. The information for my free workshop, click the link below and register, and I'll see you on the next workshop.